we have a full album react to Kill Lincoln here. You guys know how we do this. We're filming one straight through, and one after another, I'll kind of tell you my thoughts on it. I might give ratings, I might not, but I'll give a full rating by the end. I have heard a couple of these songs, and I will let you guys know which ones they are as we listen through them. But we're just gonna treat this like an old school hang out and jam the album that just dropped, right? I'm Fine, I Lied is the first track off of No Normal. And Kill Lincoln is kind of a ska punk band. They are a ska punk band. I saw online somewhere somebody said it's fourth wave, but I don't know if that's a thing. They kind of sound third wave to me, but I don't know. It's definitely ska punk though. I love it. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh, hold on, guys. I'll fix that.
We're starting over from the ending. No composure, fixing landing. I love excuses. Everyone loses. No one more than me. Keep it going without knowing, but pretty soon the cracks are showing. The league is harder. The league is larger. I can't barely breathe. I said I'm fine. It turns out I lied to get by. You said goodbye. It turns out you lied, but I don't mind. Why are you asking with already knowing? Tell me, am I telling or am I just showing? Think it's so easy. You're welcome to testing. Failing every time. So if you wanted to know, it won't show. The fuse is already lit and burned slow. I'm a nervous wreck with a reality check, so here it goes. I said I'm fine. Turns out I lied to get by. You said goodbye. It turns out you lied. I'm making a monster, and I'm drowning. Critics laughing, the gallery's frowning. Why is it so hard to be grateful when it's payback? You get what you paid for. I'm making a monster, and I'm drowning. Critics laughing, the gallery's frowning. Why is it so hard to just be excited? If you're just passing by, I'll tell you that I'm fine. But I fucking lied.
Oh, okay, love it. The old up-tempo lyrics, a little bit more down. Great melody. Lots of sing-along qualities here. I'm loving the vocals already. I have heard this one. This is one I've heard previously. This one, I want to say it was... take these things off here. There's 3 of them on this album. All Worries. Maybe there's only 2. We'll know once we hit it, for sure. I'll be like, this is the one. Little Ghosts, maybe. Little Ghosts. That's probably the other one. Let's get into Stink Bug. Obviously, I'm Fine is just thriving in my playlist. Let's see what the rest of the album has in store for us, especially these tracks I haven't heard. Stink Bug is one of those.
I talked to you the other day. You said that things were great. As soon as I'm away, you're at the keys. And you talk and you talk and you talk. It's never gonna stop. You're never gonna stop until I say, maybe I'll look the other way. I'm seeing blue and gray. It's all about your hate. And it sounds like a no, that'll never be enough. I'll never do enough. I'll never do enough. And that's fucked. I never do enough. Never have I ever. You gotta figure it out. You can do it better. I won't pretend my best intent is even making any difference in the end. Never mind this.
gosh, that's another good one. Again, melody on point. There was that instrumental breakdown there at the end was a fun little ride. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like that it kind of mimicked for a second like a beat down pit, like they tried to do the breakdown, like, and then it was instead using trumpets. That was kind of fun as well. That was already added to my playlist about halfway through this song. Vocals great, instrumentals on point. All Worries again. I've heard this one, so we're gonna just bop out.
6:22 and I'm pacing from the couch down to the basement. I'm staying up all night, lit by the glow of a fuse and the Roku city lights. Will it all work out? I have my doubts, but I can't appear to be wrong. Not this time, not this song. No good, no good. No good, no good. Stand me up so I can go home. Pull the pin so I can explode. Write the verse so I sing along. Come on, oh come on, this is taking too long. Whoa. Stand me up, 'cause I just wanna go home. If I stop now, I'll lose it. It'll come out tried and effusive. I'll ask you what that means. It'll tally to 17. I try to make the tea like you do. I never can, I never want to. Sat in coffee forever, at least until we get better. Stand me up so I can go home. Pull the pin so I can explode. Write the verse so I sing along. Oh come on, this is taking too long. Whoa. Stand me up, 'cause I just wanna go home. Not alone. Stand me up so I can go home. Pull the pin so I can explode. Write the verse so I sing along. Come on, this is taking too long. Whoa. Stand me up, 'cause I just wanna go home.
Oh my goodness, what an absolute banger. This one is easily my favorite off the album out of the three I've heard. I do really like I'm Fine, but man, All Worries just kind of hits a little different for me. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Now, that one again has been thriving in my playlist. I haven't heard Planted, so we have like a song in between each one that we've heard already, which is nice as well. Planted, huh? Let's give it a roll.
Never getting tired of this. I can't take anymore, and I'm losing interest. Stagnant thoughts, stealing dread. I guess it doesn't matter, 'cause it's into the town to regret. Can I go home yet? I don't think so. Is it really worth it? I don't think so. Like this coming back? I don't think so. Starting out can never quit.
what would the world be like without it? Who cares?
Okay, so first off, I love how vibrant this one was. A lot of different things going on. The intro was like ska core, and then we kind of switched it to something a little bit more punkish, but a different sound than we've seen so far on this album, which is appreciated and to me is a great sign. Because one thing I will say, they have a sound. You know what I mean? And while I want to hear that sound, I do want to see you experiment a little bit, right? And this one was really nice. That the bass in this was just a twanging away. I fucking love that. In fact, I almost wanted that up a little bit more, just especially when a bass is that twangy. Just like this had a nice little funk to it. Some of that Seinfeld bass, you know what I mean? Love that shit. So this one would be in the high sevens for me for sure. That Planet song. I know I haven't thrown out any ratings thus far, but like All Worries and I'm Fine or low eights probably for me. Planted, definitely high sevens, if not in that low 8 range. Stink Bug probably in the low sevens for me, but still good. Let's continue to Little Ghost. I know I've heard this one, but it's been a little bit. Okay, so the guitar and the intensity of that guitar gave me newer Zebra Head vibes. And now that I said that, I kind of feel like I might have said that the first time we reacted to this song. I don't remember. But this one definitely has a little bit more of a metal-y approach to the whole thing. While I do still enjoy this because this is a very, very fresh swap up. And I think the bass in here also being up so high gave it more of a punk feel too. I think this one probably be mid sixes for me, but it's not a bad thing by any means. It's just more of a when I'm in the mood for kind of track. Still solid though, nonetheless. And again, refreshing because it's different from what we've heard so far on the album. So we're getting to the middle point of this album with Roll Me Away. Let's get into it.
Consequence and consequence are only there to spite me. Blessed
Okay, so my opinion on this one kind of changed as it went on. So the first half, I was kind of thinking more along the lines that this was a little bit more of a fluff kind of tune. Sorry guys, a fucking spider just fell down in front of my face. Wow. Sorry, my bad. I offended the spider. Where you going, bud? Get out of here. Hate spiders, but he was just a little guy. So I felt like this was a little bit of a kind of a fluffy, like it sounded similar to the other ones we've heard so far. Still solid, still catchy, a little bit too repetitive. But by the mid part of the song, I decided I didn't really care. And it kind of won me over. I would say this one's like high fives for me. So this is where things get interesting on an album. The latter half of albums, from what I've seen, a lot of times are lacking pretty heavily. And maybe not lacking, but they're hard to keep. Just the latter half of an album defines whether the album is like fantastic or if it's just a good album. You know what I mean? I've had plenty of albums where you had like 4 to 5 songs on it. That's a good album. You got a whole like Last Gang would be a good example. There's a few albums that have dropped that have nice tracks just scattered throughout, and you're like, okay, yes, I like this, but it is really hard to do, especially with tastes. Personal taste is huge, so you never know what you're gonna get. Like me feeling like that song's kind of a fluff song on the album. Lots of people are probably gonna disagree with that. It is what it is, but for me, typically the latter half of the album suffers a lot of times. So let's see if this second half and the Last Gang is, I'm not trying to compare bands here, but they had their singles kind of scattered throughout, which was nice. And typically, which is this album as well, you get your singles in the front. So you have your I'm Fine, All Worries, Little Ghost, this all in the first half of the album. So that to me is like, interesting. Let's see what we can get into on the second half and see if this is a good album or a great album. You know what I'm saying? Buried Alive, number 7.
Work yourself to death, sacrifice low stability, rising costs, we get lost in partisan policy. This is how we learn to live in the collapse of the modern age. We can't trust, lose so much, profit and death let's face. Better buried alive than the alternative, sleeping, lying. Everything is do or die when they don't even try to keep appearances. Wake up, tune out, it's what modern life's all about. Statistics will incriminate. What to choose are kings, use perpetuate, discriminate. Like the fight to exist, and return to a yearn for the days of oppression and resistance. Better buried alive than the alternative, sleeping, lying. Everything is do or die when they don't even try to keep appearances. Wake up, tune out, it's what modern life is about. Better buried alive. Don't try so to destroy you. Better buried alive. Like the fight to resist, we always will resist you.
That bass is slapping so hard. Slapping the bass. Slapping the bass. That one's already in a playlist about halfway through. This is exactly what I want to see, like right after your midpoint. Something a little creative, something a little different, yet it doesn't feel like it's lacking in passion, which sometimes I feel like, the latter half albums, they're just kind of chock full of songs. They're like, yeah, this is pretty good. We'll see what they think. The sellers are in the front. You know what I mean? This is nice to see that we're already in the second half, and that song's back in the sevens for sure. Easy, mid sevens, if not higher. I love that bass a lot. Let's go high sevens. High sevens for sure. Coming or going?
Look at the search. I couldn't see goddamn thing. Stuck at the passenger. That's how I got to think. Hey, are you coming or going? I've got you, you're safe with me. Are you coming or going? I've got you, you're safe with me. Just a few blocks away, and we can celebrate. But now you're planning to go home. I guess I'm staying tonight, but really need to go. My head is spinning, spinning. Never felt this way before. Hey, are you coming or going? I've got you, you're safe with me. Are you coming or going? I've got you, you're safe with me. Just a few blocks away, and we can celebrate. But now you're planning to go home. Hey, are you coming or going? I've got you, you're safe with me. Are you coming or going? I've got you, you're safe with me. Are you coming or going? I've got you, you're safe with me. Are you coming or going? I've got you, you're safe with me. I've got you, you're safe with me. I've got you, you're safe with me. I've got you, you're safe with me.
Fade out.
Fade out. All right, so I'm going to start with what I didn't like and move into what I did like. So I really did not care for the vocal style used here. He was singing a lot like from back here, and it was like more of a talking kind of tone, and that I wasn't a huge fan of. That's the only issue I had. The instrumental here carried pretty heavily just for my tastes. That middle part was fantastic. Saxophone, oh my God. We had flute, saxophone. There were several different instruments that popped in here that we haven't heard yet. You got to pick it up. Nice little ska breakdown thing going on in the middle. That's what kept it alive for me rather than the vocal tone. I really just wish there was a little bit more. The vocals were higher in those areas. Maybe like the first ones. The group vocals were fine. It was just the way he was kind of like talk singing in this one that kind of soured it for me a little bit. This would be like kind of probably like a flat 6, but it's still going to go in a playlist because seriously, that instrumental was tight. I really, really like that. Never Getting Better.
I'm counting the cracks in every ceiling. I'm tallying days and nights without feeling. I'm just a lost now.
Baby making sax. Oh, shit. That saxophone was noise. Noise. Ugh, that wasn't baby. Maybe that wasn't baby making sax. That was like freaky sax. You know what I mean? Woo! Was throwing down. I really like that. And I would like to go real quick and jump back to track number 8. And acknowledge that the vocal change there was at least a swap up. I will say that because the tone of these vocals that I wanted in that spot, yeah, I think it probably would have all started sounding the same on this album, honestly. Not in a bad way, but just they have a similar sound with vocally, and instrumentally they're making it like a huge effort to make sure they're like, hey, we aren't just doing a generic sound here, right? And I love that. Each song individually has had a nice little breakdown of some sort. It's kept it fresh. You guys know how much I fucking like that shit. If you're going to stick with the same sound, at least make it creative, right? And they're doing that. They're having fun. I like that. So I need a favor from chat real quick. We're coming into the last 2 songs, 4-ish minutes. What are your thoughts on this album? What are your favorite songs that we've heard? Was there anything you didn't like? Like, just drop it in the chat. Let me know what you guys think. I will tell you here what I feel at the end.
You're watching from a distance. Look close, you might have missed it. Waiting for my chance to fuck it up. You're safe and sound surrounded. Feet and focus firmly grounded. You can't wait for me to fuck it up. I've had enough. I've had enough. Why think you know the simple answer? Ask questions not because you have to. My way, I lose the game. Your way, I stay the same. No time for happy ever after. Fuck this up.
That was just a burst of energy right there at the end. There's a, hey, we ain't out of gas yet. That's what that whole thing was. Now that would be a little bit more of a filler song, but I loved it, especially like if you're back in the day when you listen to full albums all the time in your car. Obviously, I know the kids nowadays, they got their cool MP3s, and I had MP3s, one or two, but I had them connected into my car via cassette tape with a wire. You know what I'm saying? So I may have been spoiled, but I still had an era of using CD players quite often. And when you get towards that last half of the album, sometimes you just be like, you know, it is what it is. Some of the softer songs are in the back sometimes, typical, like different genres and whatnot. And they're the kind of songs that warm up on you after a little bit, right? And I feel like this one, it was like, hey, guess what? We're not going to let up here at the end. But was it a fantastic song? I don't know. I probably won't make a playlist just because there's so many other good things to listen to on this album. And it's kind of a shorter tune. Didn't really have too much, like it had a lot of pizzazz, but not a lot of, I want to come back and listen to it, if that makes sense. But not a bad song in any case. So far, this latter half of the album is looking rather solid for like I said, in general. Let's finish this out first. No Normal. Hell nah, you didn't just drop a little bit of that 80s twangy guitar in there at the end. Dude, that sounded like, hold on. You know that like quality that like 80s like rock had? Like honestly, like a good example would be like some Bruce Springsteen, maybe, probably some Bryan Adams. If you're looking a little more poppy kind of side, that guitar right there is what that reminded me of. I would love to hear more of that. If you're listening, Kill Lincoln, then it may be next album, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more of that. I like that. I like that. Not saying that this isn't fantastic, but I do like the quality of that guitar. That was sexy. And weirdly fit in with the ska punk. I don't know what happened there. Now, it is always nice to have this kind of tune on an album. It's not a single, but it has the qualities of a single. This is it's one of those people argue, you know what I mean? One of those arguable tracks that you're like, hey, this should have been a single. Why isn't this a single? Because it's just as good as the singles. And they put it at the end of the album. These genius bastards knew what they were doing. Okay. Now I have hard decisions to make. Now I get to do the rating thing. And, oh God. So this album as a whole, while it does have a sound kind of captured by the vocals that, you know, there's a familiar, it feels familiar throughout, right? They have a sound. However, they did a really good job of making sure each track was fresh. And you guys know how much I love that. You can show off your genre, but you can also get a little funky and show like, hey, you know, we might do a little this, we might do a little that, throw a little bit of hardcore influence there for a second, switch it up before the song's over. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The saxophone inclusions of the flute, I really like how they kept things feeling fresh. Oh man, as a whole, I think the latter half of the album does I think it's on the lower end of like great albums. And when I'm saying great albums, I mean great albums, right? This is probably going to be like an 8 point. We're going to go flat 8 here. Flat 8 for the album. This is really, really good. I would say if I had to rank this year's ska albums off the top of my head, Call Me Malcolm's album might be just a smidgen above this one, but we're talking top 3 ska punk albums so far this year, at least from what I've heard, and that I can think of off the top of my head, because you guys know how my retention is. I have to write everything fucking down. I don't have down my written stuff. I don't remember all the albums that have dropped this year and last year. It's a whole problem. Regardless, flat 8 for sure. Almost every song in this album has gone in a playlist. I think 2 maybe didn't. Simple Answer and Coming or Going. Or no, Roll Me Away. Roll Me Away did not. So we'll see what, you know, in the coming months, what comes and what goes. But man, I'm pretty excited for some of these songs to potentially be in my top 100. You know what I mean? This is a solid album. I need to check out more from this band, just to be honest with you. So chat, now is your time to shine. Do you have something nice to say or something bad to say? Do it now before this video is over. You guys feeling feisty tonight? Oh no, this is good shit. I think if I had to pick a favorite off of this album, okay, now this is difficult, honestly. I think I might still go All Worries. God, there was some really cool breakdowns that I know, like, instrumentals typically are not something that attracts me on an album. However, I love when an instrumental is utilized to make sure things sound fresh, especially when vocals kind of start sounding similar. And they did a really good job of that here. And there's some tracks that I know for a fact, some of those like weird like saxophone breakdowns and shit are going to really grow on me. So it's hard to say for sure. But I suppose I'm going to go with maybe All Worries. I'm fine. I Lied is good, but No Normal would definitely be up there in the top 3 for me. But man, there was some really creative stuff going on here. I shout out to Kill Lincoln, guys. If you have some time, do me a favor, go over to their socials, find them on their Facebook, their Insta, YouTube, whatever, wherever they may be. If you can't support them in a monetary fashion, make sure you at least give them a like, let them know you love their music, go out of your way to make sure you tell your artists that you enjoy, that you love their shit, right? Yeah, I'm going to end this recording. Shout out to Kill Lincoln. Fuck yeah. Honestly, it was really good album. It really was. Really was.